Let's dive in and meet the loudest, boldest, and maybe the most powerful team in the entire orchestra, the brass squad. You know that feeling, right? You're watching a movie, the hero finally shows up, or a huge battle is about to kick off, and the music just swells and gives you goosebumps. You ever stop and think, what is that sound? Where does that epic feeling actually come from? Well, that incredible sound is all thanks to a very specific team of instruments. They're the orchestra's powerhouse, the secret ingredient that turns pretty music into something absolutely legendary. And today, we're going to call them the brass squad. Okay, so how do these big metal instruments even make a sound in the first place? It might look super complicated, but honestly, it all boils down to one simple and kind of funny secret power source. This secret has this fancy-sounding name, embouchure. But don't let the word fool you. Just think of it like a secret handshake. It's the super specific way a musician shapes their lips and face to get them vibrating. Without mastering this, you could blow as hard as you want and get absolutely nothing. It takes years to get that muscle control just right. So here's the 3-step power-up. Step 1, the player buzzes their lips into a mouthpiece. Seriously, it's just like making a raspberry sound. Step 2, that tiny little buzz travels down a long, coiled metal tube, and it gets amplified like crazy. And finally, step 3, that supercharged vibration blasts out of the big flared end. That's called the bell. And that is the huge, powerful sound you hear. All right, time to meet the individual members of the squad. And we're starting with the one you'd probably recognize anywhere. If the brass squad was a team in a video game, the trumpet is, without a doubt, your main character. It's the hero. It's the one that gets all the big, exciting themes and leads the charge into battle. So let's check out its stat sheet. Pitch, it's got the highest in the family. Its key feature is its 3 valves, which are basically like controller buttons. You press them in different combos to change the note. Its role on the team is super clear. Play the main melody, those heroic themes we were talking about. And its sound is described as brilliant and piercing. It's built to cut through everything else. Next up, we have a member that looks totally different from the others. It's all coiled up into a big circle. Say hello to the French horn. Think of the French horn as the team's versatile midfielder. You know, that player who can jump on offense and score, but can also drop back and play amazing defense. It has this incredible ability to either stand out with a huge sound or just blend in perfectly, connecting all the different parts of the orchestra. And that brings us to its special dual power. Check this out. On one hand, it can sound so gentle and mellow, you might actually mistake it for a completely different type of instrument, like a woodwind. Players will even stick their hand inside the bell to get that soft sound. But then, it can completely switch gears and roar with this rich, powerful brass sound. It's that huge range that makes it so valuable to the team. Okay, every good squad needs a specialist, right? The one character with a totally unique skill that nobody else has. Well, for the brass squad, that's the trombone. Yep, the trombone is the specialist. While everyone else is busy pressing buttons, valves, the trombone uses a completely different mechanic. It has a signature move that no one else in the orchestra can pull off. And that move is called a glissando. Because it uses a slide instead of valves, it's the only one that can go smoothly from one note to another without any breaks in between. It's kind of like a smooth zoom on a video. You've definitely heard it before. It's that classic wah-wah sound you hear all the time in jazz or old cartoons. It's a one-of-a-kind effect. And finally, it's time to meet the anchor of the entire team, the biggest and maybe the most important member of the squad, the tuba. The tuba is the squad's tank. In gaming, the tank is that huge, powerful character that provides a solid foundation and protects the whole team. That is exactly what the tuba does for the orchestra. Its main job is to provide the harmonic foundation. So what does that even mean? Well, basically it plays the lowest notes of all, the deep bass line that everyone else builds their parts on top of. You could literally say it's the floor that the entire orchestra stands on. And get this, to control that super deep range of notes, it can have up to 6 valves. Remember the trumpet only had 3? The tuba needs double the controller buttons just to navigate its incredibly low notes. And because this thing is so massive, playing it is an absolute workout. It takes a huge amount of air. Just imagine doing a full field sprint, but for your lungs. And that's what it takes just to hold out a single steady note. Okay, so we've met all the individual players. But wait a minute. How do you put this super loud squad on stage with much quieter instruments, like violins, without it being a total disaster? Well, it all comes down to smart team strategy. Their formation is absolutely key. You'll notice they always sit at the very back of the stage. And there's a really simple reason why. They are so loud, they would completely overpower everybody else. By putting them way back there, their sound has time to blend together before it hits the audience. Plus, their sound waves actually bounce off the back wall of the concert hall, creating this massive, immersive sound that fills the whole room. And you'll see the tuba and trombones sitting together. They team up to create one big, unified low brass section. So, when you boil it all down, what's the one big thing to remember? It's this. The brass squad, with all its different specialists working together, provides the power, the heroism, and that deep foundation that makes orchestral music feel so incredibly epic. They are the reason you get goosebumps. So, now that you've met the whole team, we've got the heroic trumpet, the versatile horn, the specialist trombone, and the mighty tuba. Which character would you pick? Which one would you want to play?